Good afternoon, YouTube. It's a balmy 10 degrees here today in Gabfather's world. Got me a cup of hot coffee this afternoon. And I thought I'd take a couple minutes here and hopefully give a message to the Republican Party. Hopefully explain to them a little bit where they went wrong in my eyes, and maybe something they can look back and reflect on after next November. I want to start off just by saying that there was a prevalent comment on the last couple of videos that my vote for Donald Trump in 2024 was based in ignorance and having my head buried in the Fox News' sand. Is a nice way to put it. And neither was the case, actually. I took some time before the election, considered both candidates, and I did post a video, and I'll put a link in the description below that details the similarity I saw in the two candidates, Harris and Trump. But that's not what this video is for. This video is just to talk about why I voted for them and how they've lost me. And it all starts with one of the main pillars of my support for the Republican Party over the years, and that's been the right to life. I'm a Christian, unapologetically Christian man. I believe 100% with my whole heart that life is not accidental and that God has made each one of us. The Bible teaches each one of us was fearfully and wonderfully made in his image, and that he knew us before he knit us together in our mother's womb. And he loves each and every one of us. And none of us bear his actual image. He obviously likes diversity. And you can't tell what God looks like by looking at any human being. No one knows what he looks like. And if you look around at people and every other species on the planet, you'll see that there's diversity in everything. And I know he's a diverse God. That I do know. That being said, there's a verse in Exodus that really stands out to me in this discussion, and it has to deal with violence against a woman who is with child and causing a miscarriage. And that verse really equates the unborn life with the taking of a life that would be outside the womb. It treats it as basically an equivalent killing, as killing someone outside the womb. There's a correlation there made between fetus in the womb and an actual living human being that I cannot ignore. And that verse is 3,500 years old. It's stood the test of time with millions of people around the world. Billions, I should say. Many disagree, I know, but worldview is subjective, I guess, even though I believe there's absolutes. So, along with that belief, there's also one caveat. There's one acceptable case in the Bible that seems to be supported for electively ending the life of an unborn child, and that would be the event it's necessary to save the life of the mother. The life of the living mother supersedes the life of the unborn child. In the event that that child is posing an existential risk to the mother, the elective abortion in that case seems to be supported. And I apply that same principle to the killing of Alex Preddy and Renee Good. I look at those killings in the same lens as I look at the elective abortion debate. In both those cases, I've examined all the available footage from every angle, and I see no angle that really presents either one of them as an existential threat to anybody. In contrast, I see Alex Preddy in a defensive posture, defending himself and the woman who was just shoved over against pepper spray and more abuse. And I also see in the video shot by the officer that shot Renee Good, it's clearly evident that he is filming her actively shifting gears and steering the wheel and maneuvering the car as he's walking in front of her. He clearly can see there's officers engaging from the side while she is shifting and steering. So him stepping in front of the vehicle is on him. Clearly that should have been a cue to step out of the way. There's nothing she did to justify any shooting. His outburst afterward clearly shows he had disdain for her. So neither one of those events met my threshold for justifiably taking the life of another human being. They both clearly do not meet that threshold. And then the Republican Party, from Donald Trump to J.D. Vance to Kristi Noem, Kash Patel, Tom Homan, Dan Bongino, some congressmen, even some people running for governor in my state here, they've come out and had statements that basically are blaming the victims for those incidences, despite the clear evidence. And if you put those defenses side by side and line them up, they're really almost verbatim. They're following the same script that I don't believe those individuals wrote, and I think somebody else is in charge, and they're parroting. It's ugly. With two events, the Republican Party clearly has abandoned their position as the party of life and become a party of lies and death. That crushes the very foundational pillar of my support for the Republican Party I've had for 30 years or more. On top of that, the other main pillar of my support has always been the Second Amendment. My parents had a gun-owning household. I've always been a gun owner. I firmly believe Alex Preddy's right to carry that weapon. The precedent for that was established in the 1770s in this country by the 13 colonies that were facing a government, a lawful government of that day that would not hear their grievances and sent troops to reinforce their laws. And the people of those 13 colonies took up arms against that government and ultimately discharged those firearms and started a revolution against the tyrannical government and founded this country. That set a precedent that cannot be overturned by any elected official's speech at all. It's foundation of this country. It's enshrined in the Second Amendment. And Alex Preddy had every right to possess that firearm that day. Matter of fact, on the heels of what he saw happen to Renee Good, I think it was more than understandable why he would be carrying a firearm in the situation he was in. I believe I would do the same. So every individual that administration has come out following the same script again, saying that he did not have a right to carry that gun into that crowd. They're attempting to take away his constitutional right with their speech, flying in the face of 250 years of American history and assaulting the foundation of this country. The Republican Party has now ceased to become the party of the Second Amendment. That's the second main pillar of my support. It's gone. It's crushed. The third issue where they've really lost me is on healthcare. In my mind, for the last decade or so, the Democratic Party has held the superior position on this issue. It's crazy that in a country that can afford anything it wants, even Greenland theoretically, right, that we can't afford to guarantee people at least catastrophic health coverage. It's crazy that our health care is tied to our jobs, and if we leave our job, our insurance is importable. That companies have to hire people to negotiate and manage benefit packages for individuals. That's a compliance cost in individual companies. It's crazy that if you have health issues, you could literally face financial ruin on top of your health going away. I mean, on top of possibly impending death. Adding bankruptcy to potential death is not going to help anybody. That's not a great America. A great America is one that would say, hey, you're in crisis. We're not going to let you fall. Let's help you with some of this burden. Get you over the big hurdle. I know we can't guarantee life, but we can at least guarantee that they can afford whatever treatment's needed to preserve that life. I'm consistently pro-life. Right on through. And I want to stay consistent on this. But getting back to the fourth nail in the coffin of the Republican Party is the lying. When I hear every official in a party read from the same script that somebody else has written for them and just plain lie, a verse in the Bible comes to mind, and it's John 8:44. And that verse plainly says that the devil's the father of all liars. So when I hear Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and everyone down the line, even the candidates in my own state, repeat the same lies, one question that screams from my mind is, who's your daddy?